We are live now. Happy New Year, America. Happy New Year, all my guys that are watching us.
Cheers. It's morning, so we're not here, but Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Thank you. We have morning time right now, so I have my coffee right now. So.
Right. There you
go. Today, I am introducing everybody to wonderful people. I have a great chance to introduce Mike and Alona and Dean and Natasha to my community who is watching us, because I am supporting a real relationship. I am manifesting and supporting love, and these two couples are greatest embodiment of real love, true relationship, perseverance, achievement, and no getting it there no matter what. They have a little bit of different stories, but both of them, and by the way, thank you for your time, Dina, Natasha, and Mike and Alona, because it's, I was talking to at least 10 different couples, but because of time difference, because of different, like personal family things, I can't get everybody together, but I have lots of couples that are willing to talk, that will be joining my streams in the future. But now we are starting a year from good energy, from energy of love, from energy of true relationship. And I want to pass on this energy from existing truly lovely couples into the future couples that will happen in 2021. So, Mike and Alona, Natasha and Dean, thank you for being here.
Sure. Thank you for having us. Yeah, thanks. Good to be here. Absolutely.
One great thing that really bothers me is that people think that you something has to be wrong with you. You have to be a loser, or something is not right, that you can't find a partner on your own, that you have to go to an agency. And I'm fighting with this stigma every time. And showing both of your couples, I want to show that these are successful, accomplished, very highly educated individuals that actually were looking for an equal. And they came to an agency not because something was wrong with them, but they wanted the best for themselves in the most condensed time and in the most effective way. Is this right, Mike?
Yeah, I definitely agree with your statement. It's interesting when you mentioned the stigmatism. I think that in life there's lots of stigmatism about many, many subjects, but definitely using an international dating agency, there is a stigmatism against that. But my view is this, is the bigger your net and the more you ask, the more opportunity you have. And when you have an excellent service, regardless whether it's in this country, any other country, you make those connections. And if it feels right, and you're getting a great service with introductions and meeting quality people, the bells will ring and so forth. So that's my perspective on that. I'm not one for stigmatism. I'm the type of person that looks at a full situation and I dive in. I'm adventurous. So, yeah.
Thank you, Mike. Here's the guy talking who is an Ivy League graduate. And, he is definitely not into stigmatism. And thank you, Mike, for this kind of comment. Dean, to begin with, why did you apply for my matchmaking services? And that's a question to all of you, and I want ladies to answer as well. Why did you come to me? And it was some time ago with you, Mike. Like, I've known you for forever. You're dear. But well, Dean, you were newer.
The biggest reason is to meet quality people, because there's many different services, internet and whatnot. And there's many traps that you can fall into. And, there's, of course, in this business, like many others, there's scammers as well. And, to go to a certified agency, matchmaking is even the next step above, not just an agency, but where you actually work your magic as a psychologist and matchmaker to be able to give us the opportunity to meet people that are compatible, if you will. I think compatibility and chemistry is a huge piece of it. And, I think it's the right way to go personally, because that way, whether you're looking for a situation where you're in town and you want to meet people, it's a low pressure situation. I'll say that, because I never felt pressured in any way using your service. So I highly recommend it.
Thank you. That's really cool. Mike, why did you come to me?
Why did I come to you?
Yeah.
Well, when I started to look at the good agencies, I liked the presentation that you had. I liked your approach on how you interviewed people, and I liked the fact that you had a really quality level of profiles that you were able to introduce me to, and you worked your magic, I'll say, on looking at the type of person that I am. You got to know me and understand my interests, my background, what's important for me, and all the people that you work with in your profile database, and you made real connections. And then, of course, like Dean mentioned, you were able to provide feedback and counsel as I met different people, and eventually it all worked out good. So again, I felt no pressure. I felt very comfortable, and I was surrounded by quality the whole time. And that's the way anything I do in life, I approach quality as the most important. And there is a lot of other agencies, of course, but I can smell a fish pretty quickly. And if I don't like something, I'll swim away. So
cool.
Yeah.
Cool. So it's a professional submariner talking. So he swims away fast.
Yeah. So I connected with you, and then I've stayed friends with you since.
Thank you.
And yeah, and I appreciate that too. So, yeah.
Oh yeah, that's lovely, lovely. Thank you. Well, we have a question from a gentleman, and he's asking Natasha and Alona, how many agencies did you enlist yourself with besides mine?
Actually, you were the only agency, and I met you in that festival in Kyiv.
Right.
You gave me your business card, and probably only 4 or 5 months later, I came to you. And this was the only service, the only agency where I came.
Okay. And what about you, Natasha?
Well, Natalie, we have not perfect connection, how I said. Can you repeat your question, please?
That's okay. Sorry about that, but we hear you very well. We see you very well. And how many agencies did you go to besides my agency?
Okay, it was couple agency, but I don't think it was real clear agency. They work like they don't think about matching. They think about different things, So, but when I met Natasha first time, I just think, oh, interesting. So Natasha, real person who very good psychologist, and I'm not easy person, and I was extremely surprised when I meet Dean, and he was not scared of me. So what actually Ukrainian guys like just 5 minutes talk with me like I don't know maybe nice to have fun, but not for living,
She's not soft enough for many men.
But I'm pretty soft for my dear husband. I'm perfectly happy with my match person, and I love him, and I love him every um, minute, every year, and love him more and more and more. So I don't know when it will stop, Natasha. You did extremely big magic with us.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, the next question, thank you.
Uh-huh.
Really, thank you kindly, because you did every possible effort to scare him away. Like I remember talking to you, and she says, "I told him this, and this." I was like, "Oh my God, he will ban me. He will tell me I'm bad agency. The way you communicate, you shouldn't talk to men like this." Remember, I was telling you that. And Dean said, "No problem. I mean, she's direct. I like it." So, what was going on is actually you were exposing yourself and you were not playing a game. And Dean likes that kind of attitude. He wanted that kind of a woman who is strong, who is accomplished, and who is direct. And you were not trying to be a mouse. You were a big butterfly, and like your wings didn't blow down the fire, but make it bigger.
I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He
So
very not soft. If will be softer woman with him, she will be very poor woman.
Yeah.
So this is just perfect match.
yeah,
It is.
yeah,
It is.
yeah, cool. Now, talking about your careers and your jobs, when you came to me, Mike and Alona, what were your like? What did you do? What were your jobs at that time?
Yeah. So in my case, I'm a engineer, and I am still working for the Department of Defense, and I
Okay.
do a lot of different engineering projects for the government,
Uh-huh.
and that's pretty much been my entire career since I graduated. I did some military time, and then I came out and I support the defense
So
industry.
high, top middle class type of guy. Right.
Yeah, I like it. It's been a good career for me. So yeah.
What about you, Alona?
So I still work in the industry which called clinical trials. So everything about the vaccines we heard recently and about clinical trials, this is my job. Um, so I worked in a Ukrainian office of one of the big international companies, one of the top managers. And when I came to Natasha, I actually didn't have time for dating. That was one of the reasons, probably.
Who needs to date, right?
Right.
Yeah.
So it was also like a top middle class type of a girl in Ukraine,
Right.
right? And you were two equals, basically. Mike, did you expect because you were familiar with Ukraine before,
Yeah.
did you expect to meet an equal in America, in Ukraine?
Um, well, working with you and understand the quality people you have, I had high anticipation of that. And of course, you brought reality to me, which was awesome.
Yeah.
But yeah, for me, it's very, very important when you say the word equal. There needs to be an intellectual equality, then emotional and philosophical. You have to match in this as well. And then it's important in life, in the world, that for me, careers, because this is how you build your future and your interests. And it kind of makes a nice balance for both of us. And so the word equal, I guess, makes sense, but there's a big attachment too emotionally. So we're not just equal handshakes, but in spirit too, or whatever.
Wow, thank you. What about you, Dean and Natasha? What kind of, well, I'm not asking to name the company where you work for, but what kind of what type of career did you have when you met Natasha? And Natasha, what did you do in Ukraine when you met Dean? What was your job?
Well, I'm an aircraft maintenance engineer, and I've been doing that for about 35 years. So working on aircraft and repairing them and making them safe for flight. So that's what I've been doing the whole time
Wow.
since my mid 20s. So
And again, this brings you to upper top middle class
oh,
type of a guy.
absolutely, yeah, yeah. I
Yeah,
mean, uh,
yeah,
it's been a good life, and make good money doing it. It's nice to find
yeah.
something that you enjoy that is financially rewarding as well. And so I made that my career. And Natasha?
And Natasha had her business. I like talk about myself like this. And Natasha, so
Beauty.
yes, had beauty business in Ukraine, and pretty long time. Like I had experience 20 years, around 20 years in Ukraine, and it was just nails business. And when I came here, my English was almost zero, and it was very tough time. Couple years to improve my language. It was not perfect anyway, so I just understand I have no time to learn language long time. I must go to somewhere, take my license and start working, because um, I think I'm too ambitious work somewhere where I do not want to work.
But you had a
So
successful.
I so appreciate for my husband. He was so patient with, because I don't expect to sit on his neck and doing nothing all my life. Um, so it took me a couple years to finish beauty school. Okay, 1 year, full 1 year, finish my beauty school. So now I'm hairstylist, and I'm doing many different things. So I'm doing haircuts, collars, I'm doing lash lift and tint, I'm doing henna brows. I can do nails, but I'm not interested anymore because it's so boring for me. I think after 20 something years. So I enjoy my life. I have my own business right now. So I just opened my shop, beauty shop, like 1.5 months ago, finally. So step by step, like it took me 9 years already here in America, but I love all not easy ways to me. I love anyway everything what life gave me. It's so fun to uh, improve yourself every year. You can see how your steps work for you. So I just enjoy my life. I love my husband, and I enjoy my life. Thank you, Natalie. You just amazing person who find for me my my love in my life.
Well, let's go back. Well, by the way, Natasha and Dean have been married for 9 years.
Yes.
They just celebrated ninth anniversary on the 30th of December. I
Right.
remember that picture. I
Right.
remember that wonderful story
And we're
that you
still on our
shared.
honeymoon, so that works well
Can
too.
you imagine? Can you imagine honeymoon after 9 years? Uh, If somebody will told me 9 years ago I can have honeymoon after 9 years, because I had two marriages before in Ukraine. Okay, so if somebody will told me I will have honeymoon after 9 years, I will just hard laugh. Hard. No, it's no, it's not real. So also I want to say about middle class, um, women, it's funny how it's work. Women, of course, expect to meet somebody extremely rich. Like, I want rich husband. Okay, what you will pay for this rich husband, Get your match and you can make him rich.
Yeah,
Or you will have quality life, or I don't know, just doing something. Don't wait for magic in your life. Magic will not happen. Make magic in your life and be
Yeah.
happy.
That's it. Make magic in your life.
Yeah. I mean, it's about pursuing your happiness.
Yeah.
and and there's a lot of ingredients that go into that. Absolutely, yeah.
Can you share, quickly, like just in a nutshell, Mike or Alona, who would like to say, to describe your story? Because I know that you were dating for 3 years before you got married. It took your time.
2 years. Yeah.
No, actually, it was a funny story. I went to work in Paris, and there, Mike, I actually was in an interview there, and I had my phone with me, walking around the city. I was under the Eiffel Tower when I got Mike's email, and we started even telling like people that we met in Paris because it was like that. He caught me under the Eiffel Tower, and since that time we started communicating. And during 1 year, I was in Paris, and Mike visited me. I visited him, and then actually 1 year of dating, we decided to move together, but for foreigner, it's not easy to just move together because we have to get visa, we have to get some job. I understood that I couldn't come and sit next to Mike. For as Natasha said, you cannot come and do nothing. You have to to do your input and do something. So we understood that, and finally we made it. We submitted all the documents, which lasted almost 1 year to get
Work visa. Yeah.
not work visa, the
Fiance visa.
actually green card for me.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the immigration part was pretty quick. 3 months until you got the visa, the fiance visa. And then after you came to the States, you have the 90-day period where you have to choose to marry. Then once you do that, then there's about a 1 year process until you get the official green card and work permission.
Yeah, and
That's,
Mike used all 90 days.
no, not quite. I think I left a week on the table over there. Oh, planning.
He's an engineer. He had a plan.
That's right. You don't.
Mike and Alona got married on the 8th of February, 2018, correct?
2018, yeah.
Yeah, so
So
it's
it'll be 3 years
Yep.
in coming February.
Next month.
yeah. Congratulations. Natasha and Dean married for 9 years. Mike and Alona married for 3 years.
Yeah.
Natasha, Dean, can you share your story? Thank you. Thank you, Mike. Thank you, Alona. Who would be the boss just to share the story?
Oh.
Repeat, please, again.
Your love story, how you were writing to each other. I introduced you because Dean was coming to Ukraine, and you started texting and writing to each other. And then what happened? Who can share the story? Who is
Well,
who of you?
it was very nice. It wasn't on a particular time frame. I visited, and we had a wonderful experience, and so we stayed in contact. And back in those days, we used Skype, and I made
We use translator.
right. Yeah, unfortunately, we had to use the translator, which sometimes is not accurate. So if anybody's using Google Translate, be sure that you put it through twice to be sure what it's saying.
Yeah, Natasha, remember
yeah.
Dean called you and said,
It's-
Natasha, can you call Natasha because she do not want to talk with me?
Yeah,
So
well.
translator, translate me some very bad things. And I
Right.
just said, you know what, bye. I do not want to talk with you anymore.
So-
Bye. So he called to Natasha. He said, Natasha, I don't know what this stuff translate. Please call Natasha. It's not my fault. I don't know what she think. What does she mean? So it was, story
It's-
funny, but it was not funny. Yeah.
Yeah, it's very important. So anyway, I made a few trips back and forth as my vacation time would allow. And then we took a vacation to Turkey, spent a week or 10 days in Turkey, and then came back and had a few more days in Kyiv, and just continued our relationship, and it blossomed into love. And I asked her to, to marry me, and she said yes. So then we started working on the visa process, and it's history after that. So, yeah, everything kind of happens on its own time frame. It's just important to develop that relationship.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. But both of your couples, actually, you have huge life experience before you met each other. All four of you have had marriages before. All four of you have had two children before you met each other.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
So now we are talking 8 children.
Now you're talking quality. That's equality for you. Two kids, two kids. There you go. It doesn't get more equal than that.
Well,
yes,
you know,
yes,
you've grown your children, and they see a great. What I really love about both of your couples, that these 8 children see a great experience of adult behavior, of adult accomplishment for love.
Yeah.
Because as children, we are very vulnerable when we see that something isn't right between parents. We take it as our guilt. We suffer, and even when I remember when my parents were even fighting with each other, like I was thinking, oh my God, the world is like going nowhere. And now you've proven to your kids, like, hey, look, love is love, family is family, children are always children. And that is a message that I'm very proud that you can convey.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have to agree 100% that that was very important, that when we connected and we were going to build a life together, that my kids would be accepting of the situation, and her kids would be comfortable. And it just integrates really good. And they see our relationship, how compatible we are, in love we are. And it provides the atmosphere and the energy for them to see that. And I think it's a benefit for them, because in their future, when they have serious relationships, they will have something good to compare it to, I feel.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I absolutely agree. And my daughter sometimes she asks me how it was when you met Mike. Uh, what did you feel? How your relationship developed? And I actually shared with her all this experience, and I keep telling her that love is complex of everything, respect, not just chemistry, which sometimes the young kids feel like butterflies in the stomach, and they think, oh, this is love. But no, I keep constantly telling her that love is everything. It's respect, it's patience, it's mutual work, and not just chemistry.
But
Yeah.
she's still 3 years and she still has butterflies. That's what she tells me,
Right.
right?
What about adjustment? It is a big deal to relocate, to move countries. And immigration isn't for weak. It's for the really, you're troopers, all of you, because you guys encouraged that, you girls moved and you survived. Because initially, what I see in the couples, they communicate, they meet, they fall in love, they start the visa, all this pinky glasses thinking, yeah, I will conquer the world, America will be under my feet, and something they come. It's all Disneyland there. But then comes reality, and the girls become really like missing their country. They are crying. They want to go home, but then they move forward and they then survive. What helped you, and what actually the question is about your adjustment. Natasha, was it easy for you to learn new ways in America, to get your life together, and what helped you? And actually, another question from Mr. Edward Solomon is asking, is there anything you could have done better or could have been done better to help to make your adjustment easier? Because here we have guys who are watching us and they do want to make it right for their future girlfriends, and some of them already have Ukrainian girlfriends, some are already married to Ukrainian wives, and they are watching us just to get more support and understand that yes, they are part of the community actually. So what about your adjustment, Natasha?
Oh my God. It was not easy, guys. If somebody think it's just American dream or just dreams, no, it's not easy. How I said, my English was zero. Was my first problem. When I came here, before I talked with Dean, we used translator, and when I come to America, it was so cute. It was so romantic to use translator, and everything was like, wow, so cute, so nice. But when I come to America and still use translator, I just start feel very freaking bad because you can't say nothing how you can explain in Russian. People don't understand your personality. They just think I'm his toy, but I'm very not toy, promise you.
Oh no.
So, and this was first problem for me, mental problem, because um, like you can't talk with people. You scared to be like stupid. You scared people will think you just stupid. So I most time just said nothing. Natasha, can you imagine? I said nothing. I just was like, and everything was inside me. It was very bad feels. So around 7 months when I little bit improved my language. But this another step, I want work and I can't work because I have no my license. I can't use my work what I really love because here very strong rules. You must to have license, you must to finish beauty school, you must have many documents. Oh, it was another step. So I'm so appreciate my husband. He was extremely. I didn't know how he not put my stuff outside. I have no idea.
Yeah.
He very strong guy.
You know, it's
I very respect him and love him. So guys, love is respect.
absolutely. I think
Love it's not just flowers. Love it's not just diamonds. Diamonds will not help. Trust me. Love it's respect. When you have respect to your have, you will have good life.
well,
You know?
diamonds never hurt because ladies always love something
Yeah.
beautiful.
Yeah.
And yeah, see, okay. My perspective on that is, first of all, you know, it's very important to understand that no matter what country you're bringing your fiance to, the ability to communicate is very important. And I think I felt like it was important for me to learn some Russian language also because
I was surprised.
right because you know, first of all, it shows respect both ways, but the bottom line is without having language in the country that you're coming to, then it's hard to make friends, it's hard to express yourself, it's hard to find employment, which I think is important for people to feel value in their life. Everybody wants to do something. So, you know, it's important to work on the language and even before coming over. And then going through the whole immigration thing, that's another adventure. That's another adventure for sure.
Yep. And it's definitely for persistent guys. It's for guys who aren't going to think, yeah, he's there only for a green card, or yeah, she just wants to stay in America. Because I remember what Natasha you were saying. I don't care about your America. I love you, and America is like nothing for me, right?
Yeah, I can live with my husband anywhere. Doesn't matter what is mean country doesn't matter what is country.
Right.
Doesn't matter. I'm happy to be with him anywhere. So,
Yeah.
but I had story with me when Dean's friends think, most of them think I'm here just for green card.
Mhm.
And you okay?
Yeah, I hear you well.
You hear me well?
Yes.
So they think I'm here for green card, and what I can say, nothing, right? Like first year, I understand them too, because sometimes stories happen like this. And now his friends totally in love with me. They understand our relationship. It's true relationship. And um, I'm happy. Dean happy. You
There
happy?
was a question.
Absolutely.
There was a question from one of my dear clients saying, Natasha, did you face any problems with American women once they found out that you married an American man, specifically from American women? Some sort of jealousy, or kind of, you Ukrainian came here to take our guy, or something like this. Did you see something like that?
No, no. I heard many questions from my clients how I meet my husband. I do not like to talk how I meet my husband, but um,
Well, it's all good.
but everything good. Nobody have any.
Remember, we were not up here. We came to this area from Texas, so
Yes.
it's culturally different. Uh, Pretty
Yeah.
much, English and Spanish speaking
Yeah.
in Texas, and it's more cosmopolitan in the Northeast. I'll say that. So, it's I think people react differently based on their experiences.
Uh-huh.
And like I say, in the Northeast, it's more cosmopolitan, so people have a little bit different attitude about things.
Yeah.
But the biggest state where I have my couples is Texas.
Yeah.
And in Dallas, I just had a guy visiting from Dallas, and I have now a new couple. They are pregnant with their baby. They're going to have a baby soon, I believe, and they are in Dallas. That's why they couldn't join our stream,
Well,
actually.
and I mean, Texas is a wonderful state, but you have to understand that the language barriers there, and um, I don't know. We feel like you know the the culture is better in the Northeast as far as being a cosmopolitan place.
I can't disagree, really, really, because Mike and Alona have always been living in Rhode Island, and when I visit Rhode Island, I feel like Europe with the architecture, the prices.
Yeah, yeah. It's got all the European influence in the
Yeah,
northeast of course. So you have the little cute towns and
yeah,
yeah, I can see what you mean by that. Yeah.
yeah. But what about your adjustment, Alona? As far as I remember, it took you what, 4 months to get a job?
Yes, after our marriage, yeah, we submitted the documents for getting job permission, but instead I got the green card. So I applied for job, and uh, the employers, they wouldn't even talk to you unless you get the green card or some permanent resident uh, document confirming that you can work. So
Mhm.
I tried to apply for job without green card, saying, "Oh, it's coming, it's coming," and nobody even wanted to talk to me.
I
So
see.
finally, when I got the document, I said, "I have it now. Can employ me." So yeah, but this waiting period, was really tough. Uh, we were around each other 24 hours, and we mm, sometimes had not even conflicts, but some um, difficulties to share kitchen because as Ukrainian women, we all know how to cook better, how to feed better, and we always want to feed someone because it's kind of like in our national trait. So I always was around in the kitchen. I always wanted to cook something, cakes, some yummy whatever. Um, and Mike always told me, "Don't cook this. I don't eat this. I don't eat this." So I try to find the right things to do, right food to cook. What else?
But I just think that it's no matter who you are, ultimately when you have a relationship, any kind of relationship, with dating or friendship, whatever. But the minute you live together, there's a learning curve on just understanding the respect of each other, and how to integrate and how to have your, I don't know, it's personal space or and so forth, and the moods. Not that we have moods or anything like that, but everyone has a certain tempo. And the minute you integrate and you live together, it's like from nothing to everything. And there's a little bit of an adjustment with that. And once you get over those calibrations or whatever you want to call it,
Yeah.
Life is good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We actually
Now she knows how. Now I can think, and she answers me, and I didn't say anything. Like, how did you know that?
right.
Yeah.
Actually, this is saying about any couples, any families, which new families, I would say. The time to adjust is always rough and not easy. But speaking about the adjustment in the US, what I want to say, you come in with your background, you come in with your knowledge, and you want to share your knowledge with the people around. But sometimes it's not needed. Like I try to bring Ukrainian jokes and tell Mike, and he didn't understand it, and he even was like mad of me, like how you guys can laugh at these things.
I'm like,
it's not funny.
You find that funny? Oh, really?
Did you like the goose joke?
Yeah, that was good. That was cute. She laughed more than I
So
laughed.
I will send you the goose joke after we finish talking.
But actually, I think what it is that she'll tell me a joke, and I won't catch it, so she has to
adjust
it and explain it to me. It's just that her level of intelligence is so much higher, and I need to come up to her level. She has to bring it down a little bit, and then I laugh.
Oh my God! Well, but what about Alona? Do you get American jokes?
Not
You
really.
find it funny?
Not really, because when Mike showed me a couple stand-up comics, and I was listening, and I didn't find it funny because we really we have different things to laugh at. We Ukrainians, this is the nation which suffered from ancient time, from different invasions, from different countries, and we made jokes on the base of this historical aspect. America is more or less settled country with a, I would say, what the word? It's more stable country, and they didn't have these hiccups and obstacles which we laugh at. So they made jokes on the from the domestic things, the very simple things which we find like just nothing. So this is.
What about you, Natasha and Dean? What about humor? Natasha, do you laugh at American jokes? Do you find it interesting? or like your anecdotes? Did you pass them on?
Sometime. And just couple days ago, I think it's freaking funny joke. Uh, I told my friends around American people, and after I finished tell them this joke, everybody look at me with poker face like,
Well, humor is very
I think
interesting.
I will die, under table. But they look at me like, so when?
It's like, yeah, where's the punchline? It's like, no,
Right,
what's next?
right. Well, I think it's been said many times that humor is based on your environment, based on your experiences, and based so much on your language. And I think maybe you're really not totally fluent until you understand the humor. And it's hard to. I'm the same way. She'll tell me, an anecdote or show me, something funny, and she's just laughing like crazy, and I'm like, okay, let me see. Explain to me where this humor is, okay? Maybe I need some explanation or something. But there was.
Can you be just nice with me? Just laugh with me. Show me your poker face, okay? Don't ask me what sense to this humor. It's funny, actually.
There was one comedian. I think he's off doing something else now, but his name was Yakov Smirnov from Odessa.
Yakov Smirnov.
And he was in America. You can probably look him up a long time ago, but it's funny because he had crossover humor. So that might be something to look at.
Yeah, very funny.
I put it
I
down.
watched TV with him. He spoke English with accent like mine, I guess, but it was very, very funny. I like it.
So that may be some humor that people can find that find some middle ground. It'll be older stuff, but I'm sure it's on YouTube.
Oh wow! But we have a question from our visitor saying, "How long did it take you before you could go to a store by yourself, Natasha and Alona also?" But first, Natasha.
Okay, it took me around 6 months. No, 3 months. 3 months. So I already had my driver license from Ukraine, and I had like car pretty. I had big experience, like 12 years in Ukraine. So it was not big deal for me. Just change my driver license and start to drive my car here. So it took me 3 months.
Were you afraid to go to the store? What was your
Yes,
worry?
it was a little bit weird because my English was not. It was not. It's almost
There, it
zero.
just didn't exist yet.
So it was just hi, bye, and don't talk with me. Done. Done. Hi, bye. Just don't ask me about nothing. So yeah, it was mentally a little bit hard, but it was okay. Every time was better. Like you learn anything, it doesn't matter what.
Well, she also was taking English second language classes.
Yeah. And I drove there.
That
My
was fun.
school, it was 40 minutes drive because Texas pretty big area. And it took me 40 minutes drive to my school. And I had very nice time there. I have very good friends there from there. And it was funny too because English school, everybody from different country, everybody with different accent. And I will have my accent forever. I guess I'm pretty lazy person. So
Thank you.
and can you imagine everybody talk with different accent and you must understand this somebody like somehow because it's like from China, from Egypt, from Russia, from different.
And then even in America too,
yeah,
Texas.
and everybody tell funny things with different accent. It's so cute. I love it.
What about you, Alona?
So I actually, because of my work, I traveled around the world and I used my English. What was really difficult when Mike took me to the farmers market, and uh, people there try to talk to you, ask you about your background. Where are you from? Where are you from? And I hated this question. I really, I, in my mind, I thought, why you care? Why you care? And Mike told me, why you are so like your face? You look at them like you want to kill them. And I just try to buy this stuff and leave because they now I already feel absolutely comfortable when people ask me where are you from. I can share my experience and tell them the story, but in general, here we know America is the country of immigrants, and everybody is from somewhere.
Somewhere.
Yeah, so nobody would even like everybody is absolutely friendly asking where are you from, because this is new experience, new knowledge, new history to
Yeah.
add to American. So I didn't have any problems visiting the stores or buying some
You just moved
products.
from A to B, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. I'm looking at you, Natasha and Dean, and I see a beautiful picture behind. And I know that Natasha did it.
Thank
See,
you. This
Wow,
is
it's
That's
so beautiful.
awesome. Beautiful.
yeah. And this is something that can I share, Natasha?
ah,
I was talking to Natasha, and she told me that it really helped her uh, to uh, to adapt to a new culture, use her time smartly. She started painting, right, Natasha?
yes, it's happened with me in Texas. Actually, I never paint pictures, and when I start live there, like around 6 months, I just understand my brain just start to be crazy because too many things, no language, no personality, no friends, no just my husband who speak English with translator, you know. So it was hard part. So I just found way how I can survive, don't to be crazy. I start paint pictures, and this picture from Texas, yeah, I I think it was my second picture. Um, I start draw these pictures for myself. I have friend Monica in Texas, and one day I came to her house, and I saw something similar, and I was just like, bam! I said, I can't draw this. She said, really? Okay. I said, you okay if I will try? She said, yeah, I'm totally okay. So when I bring her my picture, first time, and she opened her door, she start laugh. She said, Natasha, your picture better than mine. So it was nice compliment. So I start draw them. I just enjoy it, and I feel much better. Yes, it take long time. So when I didn't work, I can draw, I can paint this picture around couple months. Yes, it's not easy. Sometimes it took me 8, 7 hours to do this just for one day. So yeah, poor Dean, he can't even talk with me when I did it. So so I had it was very hard time for me, and I'm so appreciate my husband. He was totally patient with my craziness, you know. And yeah,
That's
crazy
called
and
emotion,
difficult.
I think
Natasha.
it was therapeutic.
Yeah,
I
I
think
think
that's what it
so.
was.
Therapeutic,
It
yeah.
was
Yeah.
very therapeutic.
Yeah.
She was an artist. She's always been an artist, but she really got into painting the pictures because that was an outlet for stress or whatever,
Yeah, it was big stress. It was big stress.
express her
So if
creativity.
somebody think it's extremely easy, no, it's not easy. But everybody different too. If somebody okay come to different country and be just beautiful doll,
Sit at home.
sit at home. Maybe it will be easier for somebody, but how I said, I don't try find easier way to survive or live. So I'm happy.
Yeah. Natasha, do you still paint?
Yes, and I have more pictures, and I have little project. Dean, can you translate my project?
Well, which
Um, I want to do. I already ordered.
well, she's painted multiple pictures, and
It's same style,
yeah, well, the same and similar and different. I
different
mean,
stories.
they're similar but different. It all depends on, I guess, her mood or whatever comes out. But she has some. She has one that's uh, in the middle right now. But she has to get inspiration. So she may paint a while and then it sits for a while and then she comes back to it. So, but also, she's using her pictures as a promotion for her business as well. So
Yeah. Yeah.
People like. So why I
yeah,
start to think about, because people really love my pictures. I just,
Yeah.
oh,
That's very, very nice.
Yeah.
Very
I like it
beautiful.
too. Very,
Mhm.
very
thank you
beautiful.
very
Yeah.
much.
Alona, do you draw? What is your like pastime? What helps you, have and replace your like friends and stuff? I see lots of pictures around your house. So do
Uh,
you draw also?
Actually, it was Mike tried to give me as much work as possible. So he gave me the task to paint the outside shower. And then it started. I thought, oh, I can, I can paint. So I made just one or maybe two pictures for Mike. It's very simple um, birds and palm trees. So I did now I don't have time for this, but I would love to do something like that. But yes, as Natasha said, this is one of the ways to escape from craziness when you wait, when you don't have any opportunity to do something. So creativity helps. It's actually safe and let you stay sane during the waiting period.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, it helps.
Well, if you had, it's another question to you guys. If and maybe probably it's better for girls and the guys actually too. Um, if you had a chance to turn the clock back by the time when you met each other, would you do anything differently in your love story?
You go.
Well, so I mean, from my perspective, I feel when I look back, how everything developed and where we're at, and I'm very happy where we're at. So I like where we came to. In order to come to this place, we had to follow the path that we took.
Right.
So I don't know if I would say I would want to change anything.
Make it something faster.
I'll just say maybe make things a little bit faster because I
Yeah.
did drag my feet a little bit with indecisiveness, and sometimes when I have to make a big decision, a life-changing decision, I don't jump right away into it. And that, so I don't know. I mean, it just took longer than it could have,
Yeah.
but she was really awesome and patient,
She
and
survived.
and she, yeah. But we
I
communicated.
remember,
No,
I remember talking to Alona, and she says, "Oh, I love Mike so much," and I was thinking, "Wow, Mike is blessed."
yeah. So from my perspective, no, I like how everything developed, and it's a nice story for us to look back at and talk about. So
What
remember,
about you, Alona? Would you change something? Would you do something different?
um, so yeah, as Mike said, he would change me being more decisiveness,
Yeah.
because for me everything was clear. I decided, and I'm this type of people. When if you decided something, you already start realizing your plan. So I quit job in Ukraine. I quit job in Paris. I just moved and said, here I am. I'm here for you. And I didn't care about whoever who told me that it will not work. I said, no, it will. And
Yeah.
I came here. And yeah, what could be changed? Yeah, I wish it was more uh, quicker, but we cannot influence the governmental processes. Now I'm talking about the visa and green card and all these processes. We cannot influence this, so we have to adjust. But everything other, I think I would do the same.
Cool.
And it's funny, that's part of how we learn about each other is, I have maybe apprehensive feelings a little bit, but she was more ready to jump. And so there was, now I look back at that and I see how she reacted and acted, and I totally respect that. And I learned so much from her from a life philosophy that is very inspiring, I would say. So it's neat. Yeah.
Wow. Wow. What about you, Natasha and Dean? Would you do something
Well,
different?
I don't know that we would do anything different. I think there's a whole process of understanding when you're looking back on situations, and I think it's very important for us to understand when somebody's coming to another country to live here, they're making some huge sacrifices. Okay, and unless you're in their shoes, you may not exactly be able to relate how big those sacrifices are. And so, like, um, in the first few years, there was a much larger desire to travel back and spend an extended period of time, and then back and forth and back and forth. And I think it's just important to understand that there's a transition period in there that is going to follow its natural flow. Um, as far as doing anything different, I don't see that we would do anything different. It's just looking back, I can see some of the challenges and difficulties more clearly and why they were there. So it's having that understanding,
Yeah, it's with
not have
experience.
not having the language. I think if there was, of course, I surely can't make Natasha do something. I can encourage her, and I think one of the big factors is I would encourage more people while they're working on the process, the immigration process, to really focus on studying the language at least to a basic level. To have more ability to communicate. That's all I can come up with.
Now we have a question from a dear Robert from Canada, who is saying, "Have you ever given any thought or consideration to remaining or living together in Ukraine or Kiev?" Mike, Dean, would you come to live in Kiev?
I, we still have an apartment in Kiev. I don't know. We've thought about it in the past, but at this point in time, Natasha's building a thriving business, and I don't think there's any. She's really happy with what she does. She has a great client base, and she loves making people beautiful. So I can't see that she would be willing to leave that personally.
I
So
see.
I would say the chances are becoming slimmer and slimmer that would be an option.
Yeah, but I see same way. Like every year, I just understand and start to love to be here more and more and more.
Yeah, because you are in a place that is like Europe.
Huh?
Because you are in a place that is like Europe, and you even, I think you somehow called your salon like European Secrets of Beauty or something like that, right?
Mhm.
And what about you, Mike and Alona? Would you consider living? Yeah, you still have an apartment here too, right?
Actually, it's funny. We just sold it, but yeah, we have my parents live there, and we have place to land in in Kiev. But we don't know really where life can bring us.
In the near term, no, but every time we go to Ukraine, we love it, and the people are super friendly, and it's a very interesting country and a lot to see. So that part of it I love. But as far as living, I think we're so rooted with our careers and our families at this point here in America. But as the years move forward and retirement happens, I could definitely, see spending a good chunk of time out there, 4 or 5, 6 months, and then move somewhere different and, kind of go back and forth. But that's to be seen in the future. Yeah.
We love
But
we love to travel, so we visit different European countries, and we sometimes think, um, like, can we live here? Like, we visited Iceland, and we were there in winter, and Iceland is the country where half of day is darkness, and so we thought, can we live here? Or maybe just a couple of weeks, no more. But Ukraine is like my motherland, so
Yeah.
and this is different story.
it's more also, the guy's interested to know at the beginning of relationship or right after marriage. Did you even consider such an option? Say your wife moved to America, so it was like goes without saying, or would you also? And it's more a question probably to Dean and Mike. Did you think of an option of relocating to Ukraine?
So in my case, I did not think that. Not, and the main reason is it was career orientated, and also I had my two daughters that in high school, so I was very involved with them at the time. And you were living in Paris,
Yeah.
and already she was leaving the Ukraine country to seek employment outside. So for her, it was an easier step. But that's the main reason for me. It's just I'm so rooted here in
Yeah.
my career and so forth. Yeah.
So it was a plus Alona's job is adjustable anywhere. She's
Yeah.
Yeah.
International. Right.
so yeah, that I understand. But what about you, Dean?
Well, I was in the same situation. It's a technical career. It's
Yeah.
opportunities are more solidified here. Also, uh, when I was divorced with my ex-wife, I had custody of the kids, so they were teenagers. Can't uproot them. Um, so that was actually never a consideration. I've met a few people that do have the ability. They work on computers and they have the ability to travel, and their work follows wherever their laptop is. And they have that kind of flexibility. But I just never had that flexibility in my profession. So.
So I assume that if you had that flexibility, you would have no problem living in Ukraine. Is this right?
Well, I think the other it just depends on how that all goes. If I had the flexibility, it might have been an interesting option.
Yeah.
It's just hard to forecast that.
Nowadays,
Yeah.
I think. No problem.
Yeah. And we are now, it's been a wonderful conversation. I'm listening to both of you guys, and I really enjoy your sharing the stories. And thank you very much for finding the time. But I know that you have now, your time frames also. And I would like to finish this with just a quick answer because we've been talking about it at the beginning, but I guess Edward didn't join us at the beginning, and he's asking Mike and Dean, what was the main reason you chose my agency and nobody and not anyone else? And how many times you visited before you started K1? And what is the strongest compliment you can give to your agency experience? Just try to say brief, not like many
Well,
long things.
for me, the big reason is matchmaking. I mean,
Yeah.
you're a genius when it comes to understanding people's personalities and matchmaking. So
Thank you.
that to me is huge. You know, like you have a wonderful clientele. Um, you know, great people. You're going to meet some really cool people there. Not everybody's going to be your perfect match, but you're going to meet great people. And you
Yeah.
know, the relationship with us didn't stop, you know, after we started the immigration process. It's continued all these years, and so you're able to make friends with other quality people, and yeah, it's worked great. And what was the other part of the question? I'm sorry.
How many times you visited Ukraine before you did a K1?
One, two, three, four times for me.
Mm-hmm. And you made a trip. Is that including Turkey trip?
Yes, that included the Turkey trip. But see, I mean, I'd been to Ukraine. I'd been to different places in Ukraine before I ever came to Kyiv. So,
Nice.
you know, I'd already understood. I love Odessa. Odessa's really cool. I've
Yeah.
been to Crimea, but I like sightseeing. Okay, that's what most of my trips were, was sightseeing and getting away and whatnot. But I love the I love the mentality and the charm of Ukraine, and uh, I have a beautiful, wonderful wife here that's actually my soulmate. So
Great.
Yeah, you're also, you
what
both
more
are
can a
equal.
person ask for, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. What about you, Mike? How many times you visited Ukraine? I don't think you even came to Ukraine for Alona before you did K1.
Well, I came once, and
Yeah.
we did get together. I spent some time with her family, her kids, and her parents. We met in Paris, and Alona also already had a business visa, and she came and visited, I think, twice at least,
Times, yeah.
3 times, and then once we went to Iceland. So we were probably together maybe 6 different times, but we communicated on a daily basis. We would video chat every day,
Yeah.
probably an average of an hour. So we got to know each other.
Yeah.
And throughout the day, we would, send funny texts. What are you doing at work right now? Take a break, drink some tea, that kind of stuff. And we just went back and forth. So,
Wow, that's
and
a cool.
why with your agency is right when I met you, I felt that there was a very good connection, a very sincerity in your mission, and a lot of honesty and quality in how you do what you do. And it's just been perfect. And you got 2 soulmates here. They're Natasha and Dean, and Mike and Alona.
Guys, I really like, you are on the East Coast, and later, if you wish, I will exchange your contacts, and there you go. You need to send me a picture of your reunion.
Yeah, absolutely, sure. Once all this coronavirus stuff stops,
Yeah, yeah.
Dean, I have a Grumman Tiger. It's a 4-seater small airplane.
Oh, I
And
used to fly those.
oh, okay, so you're familiar. So, I could zip down and meet you guys. We could for a meal or something one day. It's a nice little trip.
I can't wait.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
I can't wait to meet you guys.
yeah, that would be great. We'll have to.
Yeah,
do
we'd
that
love
for
to. Sure.
Absolutely. Good. Good.
Thank you.
It's been wonderful, ladies and gentlemen. I can't describe how much I love all of you. My
Same here,
uh,
Natasha.
we have a community, and this is what I'm always supporting. Remember when I came to America, we had a Ukrainian party. Dean, you were not part of that. I don't know where you were. When I was in Texas, you were. I don't know how come we missed you, but I bring vishivankas. You should have, you still have this that T-shirt which you,
Yeah.
and I was bringing other people, and because I believe it's about supporting each other, it's about being friends, it's about like Natalie's community, because like we are all similar in our aspirations, in our goals, to be happy, to share some like lovely, funny, and sad stories, and just give each other support.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
Absolutely.
Cool
it
people have to stick to,
can help.
to stick.
Right. You meet friends and you hear a lot of interesting stories along the
Yeah,
way. So it's great. Yeah.
yeah. Thank you very much, my dear Mike and Alona, and my dear Dina Natasha. I just adore you.
Love
Great to
you
see you on
too.
live
Love you too.
please, guys, stay subscribed to Marriage by Natalie channel. It's now possible.ua because we are sharing good stories. We are sharing positive stuff. And these people will confirm that this is for real. And we're not talking about stigmas. We're not talking about like it's about immigration or it's about green card. It's about love. It's about relationship. And I want you to see it yourself because I'm going to ask you pretty tough questions and I'm going to direct you in pretty positive and decent way about connecting, about building true connection and love. And when you're watching my videos, I want you to learn more about how it works with others, what are important things, and how you can use your best self into building your greatest relationship. And you can see two wonderful examples of that. Hit the bell button and you get announcements about our new streams and new videos. And stay with us. It was Natalie Koval and Possible Matchmaking Boutique by Natalie Koval channel. Thank you for watching.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Bye.
Goodbye. Happy New Year.
Bye.
Bye.